worked, me and the party, the board, we worked diligently since we took office to seek qualified candidates to run for office. I think we've done a pretty good job. Not only in November will we have a smorgasbord of candidates all over the ballot, but in May, we will have our very first primary in not one, but two magisterial districts. So that's to be, that deserves applause. Our first magistrate candidate that we're going to call up is from the 3rd District, and it is Mr. Christopher Toney.
Good evening. I am Christopher Toney, and I would like to first thank the Hopkins County GOP for this event. And I would also like to thank my wonderful family and my lovely wife, Kimberly, for their support. And it's definitely been an interesting challenge. And thank you to my dad for all his wonderful advice. Someone asked me a really good question the other day. They asked, well, Chris, just how much can you really do as a magistrate? Because of the direction the conversation headed, I realized that this wonderful person was caught up with many of the issues that are taking place in Washington, from healthcare reform to cap and trade, stimulus bills, the corporate bailouts, and probably wanted to truly know, how much could I really do as a magistrate to fix all those problems? I'll start by saying that when I was 6 months old, I mastered the art of crawling. By the age of 2, I gained the ability to walk. By the age of 4, I could outrun my mother and father to the bed for them to suck me in at night. As a nation, as a local government, we must learn to crawl again before we can walk. We must walk again before we can run. We must watch the nickels and dimes if we truly want to take care of the dollars. If we want to make a positive change in Washington, we must first make positive changes right here in Hopkins County. If we want to eliminate the wasteful spending and corruption in Washington, we've got to clean up the wasteful spending and corruption in our own backyard first. For the past few months, I've been studying the past and present budgets, appropriations, and receipts, and I have noted thousands upon thousands of dollars of wasteful spending, questionable accounting practices, things that I deem to be complete abuse of your taxpayer dollars, and the worst of all, a complete disregard of the trust that you bestow upon those in office. When you find it in your heart to elect me as your next magistrate of District 3, I will work to cut this wasteful spending immediately without any hesitation, and then look to cut the taxes here in Hopkins County to put money back into your pockets. I will begin restoring and rebuilding the trust that you place upon our local government. We may only be one county in a state of many counties, but we will once again be the county that all counties follow. And once our model is spread throughout the state, our state will be the model for all states to follow. And as the other states follow our model, then our nation as a whole will be restored to the greatest of greatness on the world stage. So how much can a county magistrate really do? We can clean up our county, cut wasteful spending, and have greater communication with the people and adhere to their will. In time, this will create a positive change in our entire nation. Even the smallest pebble thrown into the greatest of seas causes a ripple. During another discussion, a friend of mine proclaimed that the people only hold power during election year. And once the votes have been tallied, their power then belongs to someone else to do as they please with it. It may have been or seem to have been that way for the last several years, but I do not believe that is how our government is supposed to operate, nor should that be the message that they are sending. As your next magistrate, I will always have an open, proactive line of communication with you. I want to hear your ideas, and I would love to hear your concerns. And I want to set goals for us to put a plan of action together that will encourage the prosperity of the people, not the government. power. I have a desire to be the elected person that will carry out your will. One of my favorite quotes comes from President Andrew Jackson. He once said, "Americans are not a perfect people, but we are called to a perfect mission." I recently had a university professor tell me that my motives are noble, but very unrealistic. Well, I believe the first step of ensuring failure is to not try. I will give the people of Hopkins County 110% of the time. I believe that with the reestablishment of good communication, great effort, our goals are always accomplishable. I always believe that where there's a will, there is a way. And now more than ever, there's a will. And that is the will of the people, and that is what I will constantly seek and adhere to. The days of partisan politics are over. The time of restoring the founding principles of our freedom and liberty and true service to the people is now. I'm Toney. I'm running to be your next magistrate in District 3. Thank you very much.
All right. Our next magistrate candidate is coming from